Hello, it's Lori Jacobs. It's testimony time again. The Lord gave me a scripture a while back, and I kept saying, Lord, what do you want me to do for you? And there was actual scripture, I can't even remember. It said, publish the wonders or something like that. I can't remember. So I'm not going to try to quote it. But I felt like he's saying, publish all the testimonies. And these are for myself and for my kids later on in life to see. Because, like when you're raising your kids, they don't know how God come through. Like, they were little, so you just assume they knew of all the miracles and things that God did. And then there's some that that God did before I had some of my kids. So I wanted to record this about when years ago, I had a Christian bookstore, and I was in the store, and I kept saying, Lord, I need a sign. I need a sign. I had so many miracles when I was in there. Because a lot of times I would be there all day and there would be no customers. And I said, Lord, I need a sign. Just give me a sign if you want me to stay. Otherwise, I'm going to pack up and go early. And don't ask for a sign. God will give you a sign. This big tractor-trailer truck pulled right in my driveway. Because my store was like on Route 1, and there was it was a big spot. And this big tractor-trailer truck pulled right in my parking lot right in front of my window, and it said G-O-D, and it stood for Guaranteed Overnight Delivery. I burst out laughing. God is so funny. He has such a sense of humor. And it was big letters saying God, G-O-D, because I asked for a sign, and it was like a billboard size. It come right in front of my store. And it's just one of the cute little testimonies that he gave me. So he says you have not because you ask not. Don't be afraid to talk to him like you would talk to anybody else, and he listens and he hears. And I'll be putting other testimonies. And another time, well, I'll just tell you one more. Another time I wanted to go home early. And I said, Lord, I need a customer. If I don't get a customer, then I'm going to go home within the next. Right after I said that, this little old lady come in my store. She had a big feather in her hat. And I swear this lady was an angel unaware. I could swear to this day because the minute I got through praying that, she came in the store. So I just rolled my eyes and looked up to God, and I said, one that's going to buy something. So she's just looking around, and I thought it was kind of strange because she showed up, and I said, oh, so where are you from? Are you from around here? She goes, no, far away, far away. She wouldn't like tell me where she was. She just said, oh, far away. And I said, okay. And I was just trying to be nice. And then she bought when I said, Lord, someone is going to buy something, she bought I don't even remember what it was, if it was a candy bar or a soda or something, because I had other stuff besides that. She bought it and left, and right after she left, I got hit with like $300 worth of sales in the last hour. And this was amazing. I was just I swear to this day, that lady was an angel unaware. So don't forget to ask God, and he will tell you. Okay? And I'll tell you one more story from that store. I was putting up one of those outside canopies, and they're not like the older ones. They were just 4 poles and a tent holes at the top. They didn't have these accordion type things where you can just put them up. So I was studying in the Word, and the Lord kept saying, you're never alone, because I was a single mom then. And I said, I was getting frustrated because I wanted to have an outside sale, and I couldn't get the poles up because you need someone to hold the other end while you put it up. So I said, okay, Lord, I was getting frustrated, and I said, you said I'm never alone. How am I going to do this? And I was, just how? And all of a sudden I heard in my head, take those little silver rings, they call it grommets or whatever. He said, nail it to the side of the building, and that'll hold it up so you can get the other ends. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it was so simple. And that's what wisdom is. It's giving you something that you didn't know. And it was just he was so amazing. He's just so amazing. So don't be so, make fun of people or think, oh, God doesn't hear us. He does. You're not listening for him. Ask him and expect him to answer you, and he will. So that's what I have to say. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. Okay? So trust in the Lord. Talk to him. These are times you can be so close, and he'll give you direction. So thank you. Have a blessed day. Pass this on if you think somebody else can use the words. Bye.